everybody, Elizabeth here from Petals and Parchment. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're having a nice weekend so far. And before we get started, I'd like to go ahead and light a candle. This is a small self-care ritual I do each week before the reflective Rolodex. I think it alerts my nervous system that it's time to relax and have fun. So thank you for joining me. If you've been here before, you know that I like to start off by taking a few deep breaths to get in a nice, relaxed, creative headspace. So if you care to join me, please do by closing your eyes if you feel comfortable and taking a big, deep breath in through your nose and gently exhale, feeling your shoulders soften. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let your thoughts slow down. Your space is safe. Your heart is open. Take one more big deep breath in. Inhaling creativity and self-expression, and exhale any doubt or stress that you may be carrying. Get ready to create freely, and when you're ready, open your eyes and let's get started. Okay, so we are on week 29 of the Reflective Rolodex Challenge, and we are in week 3 of July, which is honoring freedom in others. So I'm going to talk about community and individuality, and the prompt says, how can we balance being part of a group while staying true to ourselves? And I think that it's important to remember, just bring your own unique ideas and experiences and talents to the group. Each person really contributes so much by just being themselves. A place that this is really evident for me is in my design team. I know I talk about them a lot, but I just love these women so much. They are incredibly supportive of one another. We're from all different parts of the country and world, and we just laugh and have fun, and things are tough sometimes, and we support each other, and everyone has such wonderful creative ideas for how they use the papers and things like that, and it just constantly amazes me. And I consider every single one of them such true wonderful friends. I feel so lucky to have these women in my life. And why? Because they all are themselves, and they all bring such wonderful, unique things to the table. So don't forget to bring your own unique ideas, and remember that there's only one of you that has ever existed or ever will. And that is too special to let go. So just be yourself. I hope somebody out there needs to hear this message today. Okay, so let's get started on the art portion. Okay, so I've got a few supplies here, and I'll just kind of tell you what I was doing earlier this week. Our handyman is such an awesome person. He's one of the only people that we know where we moved, and he recommended we meet his landlord, who purchases pallets and then sells the pieces off individually. They're like I think mostly returns from Amazon or somewhere that are all new or like bulk items that just didn't get sold for whatever reason. So anyways, she ends up with all these pallets, and I was picking up a small order that I had, and she had all of these boxes of things that she was just throwing away, and she's like, you guys can look in these before we just toss everything. So of course I was like, let me do that. Let me show you what I got. I got this giant roll of printer tape. So that's super awesome for snippet rolls. I have a problem. Don't judge me. And then these adhesive sheets from Altenew. So it's double-sided adhesive. It says permanent peel away backing, perfect for die cutting. So you put these sticker sheets on the back of your paper, and then you send it through the die cut machine, and it turns it into a sticker. And there was like dozens of these in there. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm taking these. This is amazing. So I can't wait to play with these. But then I did find this, which is like part of a filter. I think it was like a air filter fan or something like that. And I was like, that might make a good pattern on some paper. So I'm always like trying to dye my own papers for added interest, and this just looked cool. So I tried it out and I used my distress ink sprays. I only have 2 colors right now, yellow and pink. So then I did some on the same watercolor paper that I use for the reflective Rolodex cards when I cut them out and I don't print them. So I did a stamp on that, and then I used a hole punch, and this is a hole punch, just punched twice on this piece of paper that I dyed with this weird this weird rubber thing with a cool pattern on it. So that's how I ended up with this. And I was thinking, after I doodle on my card, then I would cut these out and sort of arrange them in an interesting pattern on the card. I mean, they even kind of look super cool just by themselves. I was playing around with it earlier, but anyways, I think it looks pretty awesome. So I'm gonna play with this. So I would recommend, if you have stamps, you can stamp and you can spray some paper. If you find just like weird objects that can become stamps and stencils for you, super cool. You know, if something's just sitting in your junk drawer, I mean, I don't want to go find 1,000 things like this, but it's super cool. I like it. It makes a cool pattern, and it's unique to me, and yeah, has a cool story. So anyways, that's what I'm doing. So join me, please. So what I'm going to do is, I've just got like a black Uniball Signo pen. It's kind of like not a gel consistency, but this is the black pen I use for mixed media. So I'm just going to draw 2 half circles, and then I'm just gonna start filling it in like wheel spokes. Okay, so it kind of looks like an orange or a bicycle tire or something. So I'm just gonna continue doing that same pattern, working upwards on the card. So I'm just doing it on a piece of paper here for this first row because I'm getting it all over my desk. So then I think I'm gonna start in the middle of these 2 and then kind of stagger them that way. Then I'm gonna go in and color all the half circles with the black. It's much easier and quicker to use a paint marker instead of the pen. So that's what I'm doing. So this is what I have so far, and I think that paint pen was really effective in cleaning it up and making it look a little bit more polished, because it was looking kind of terrible there for a second, but you just have to push through the ugly stage is what they say. So I'll tell you the same thing, and I'm just going to cut these little petals out. I don't know if they're petals, I don't know what this punch is all about, but when I saw the result of the punch, this is what I thought of, so I wanted to show you. I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to put them on the card, but it'll be fun to figure it out. I definitely want to get the ones with pink on there. I have very clunky fingers. There's zero finesse sometimes. I'm like, come on, fingers, cooperate. I don't know, I'm just playing around with placement here. Maybe that's a little too busy. So now I'm gonna try, can I turn this into a flower? Let's see, I need something. Okay, so I found like a piece of napkin that has like script writing on it. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna glue this down, like Mod Podge or glue stick this down, and then build a flower on top of that. This is like Mod Podge. It's called Collage Podge. I picked this up at a craft sale where a woman was downsizing, and I don't think they make it anymore, but if you have Elmer's glue, you can just water it down a little bit, or even Eileen's tacky glue. Just water your glue down with a little bit of water, and you can decoupage with it. I'm just using an old brush to spread it around to the edges. Then you can just drop some water along the edge and tear it, or you can use a sandpaper block. I'm in the middle of the process of moving, so I don't know where my sandpaper block is, but you can just tear it like this. This also exposes some of the parts that didn't stick, which I actually want because I do want this to be kind of grungy. So that kind of fades that back to the back a little bit, and then I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of gesso as well to knock it back just a little bit more. It's still a little bit too pronounced. Okay, I grabbed some gesso and this sponge, so I'm just going to tap a little on there and then tap it off on my paper, and then just kind of randomly doesn't take much. I'm gonna stop there. I usually have a tendency to go a little too far sometimes, and I'm happy with this like this. I have all this extra gesso, so I'm just going to spread it around this paper, and now it's pink, white, and yellow. I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up and come back. Okay, I thought I would save you the agony of watching my bumbly fingers glue on the petals. So this is what it looks like so far, and then I'm just going to check out some of these gemstones and see if any of them provide the effect I'm after. I think this one maybe. And then because of my incredible design team, I'm counting my blessings for all the unique, wildly talented and creative women in my life who all lift each other up, which is such a great thing to be a part of. What if I gave it a little topper like that? That's kind of cute. Or down here. I like the topper. I'm going for it. This one's gonna have a little hat. It has been a wild week. In case you didn't see the news, I have published a book on Amazon. Called Lost in the Looking Glass. So go check that out if you get a chance. And here is my card for week 29, celebrating the gift of friendship and bringing your own energy to a group of people and lifting each other up. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun today. Have a nice crafty weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye!